Hey guys, it's time for another hot topic product review. Yay! Okay, today we have hair dye. This is IroIro. 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 So, IroIro, maybe? IroIro? I don't know. Usually I come in and give you guys an intro before I have even opened a product, and I didn't this time, because my hair was really bugging me. So I had some kind of funky, half-washed out, Manic Panic, purple. It was, probably Purple Haze. I usually pick up Purple Haze. But it was washing out, and I had some silver spots because I had been blonde before, and then I went purple to kind of cancel out the copper tones in my hair because I really hate the brassy copper tones that you get when you kind of do the cheap blonde thing for a minute. So I did that, and the goal was to cancel out the copper and brassy tones. That's why I started with the purple. Purple will do that for you. You can use purple toning shampoo and just end up with really nice, like, silver platinum hair. But I couldn't find one I liked. Sorry, there's something in my way. I couldn't find one I liked at any of the shops in my area. So I decided I would just go purple. And then the goal was, once the purple started faded out, and I've done this before similarly, but not like quite this direct, is take that faded purple and turn it into galaxy print style hair. So the purple was the first step. The purple's, you know, half washed out or so. It's been 2 or 3 weeks since I did the initial dye. I took some of the purple Manic Panic, what was left in the bottom, and I added some of my own conditioner, and I've been conditioning with the purple conditioner, and that does, you know, so much. So when I opened this guy up, what I did was I took part of the packet. I actually have like half a pouch still left here. I took part of the product and I put it into that same Manic Panic amplified bottle I had used for the purple conditioner, and I added some more of my conditioner, and I shook it up, and it turned into this kind of in-between color because there was still purple stuff in the container, and that's just going to be what I condition with to kind of give my hair a new boost of color every time I hop in the shower. It won't be a lot because I only condition for maybe 10 minutes, and this is a product that advises it should be left on for 30 minutes or longer. So this is a 100% vegan and cruelty-free premium natural semi-permanent hair color in the shade 40 Blue. It says coconut oil and quinoa protein on the front of the shiny little... I love this squeeze packet. It was so, like, it reminds me of my kids' like food pouches. But it was so easy to operate with gloves on and dealing with hair in the shower, and it stayed so clean, and it sat upright, way easier than I expected on my counter. So that was really cool. Till I throw it in the living room. Luckily, it is closed tight with this screw-on cap. So then after making my conditioner like mix, I looked at the directions on the back. They say to shampoo with no conditioner and then on dry hair. So my hair had been washed and dried earlier in the day. And then apply a protective cream to hairline and ears to prevent staining. I didn't. I wasn't doing a whole head dye. I wasn't going all the way down to the root. I really wasn't worried about it. Remove pouch cap, wear protective gloves, and squeeze desired amount into a bowl. I never use a bowl. I squeeze it right onto my fingers and onto my head. I'm kind of hectic that way. I don't do it in a professional manner. I do it my way, and I get it done. And I always like my results, so I'm not worried about it. Apply color evenly while still wearing protective gloves. I didn't want an even color. That wasn't the goal. I want streakiness. I want highlights, lowlights. I want there to still be funky shades of purple popping through all over the place. I want a little bit of silver to have gotten missed right here. Whatever, you know, I didn't want a solid blue head. And I didn't want a solid purple head. So I did not apply it evenly all over my head. It says to leave the color in hair for 30 minutes or longer. For best results, cover hair with plastic cap, process with heat, and blow dry for 15 minutes. And then rinse hair in cold water away from face. Color will fade with each wash. Color may last longer depending on type, condition, and porosity of hair. Mix do-it-yourself color liberator with any Iro colors for beautiful pastel tones or to create less intensifying color. So I slept with it on, which is what I've also always done with my Manic Panic. I applied it streakily in like chunks and bits, and then I put it up in a bun last night, and then I kind of applied it to the top of the bun to give me like a really blue coverage when my hair's up, with like a purple ponytail almost, like more purple tones in the ponytail when it's actually up. But, and then I came out and I played Drist with the guys, and then I slept in it. So I'm about to go rinse it out, and I just want to do a quick intro before I go rinse it out. I found that it came off of like my hairline. I got it like, I accidentally got like a dab of it like right here. I wouldn't have put cream down that far. It wouldn't have saved me. Don't tell me I should have put it on. I got some like on my neck, and it came off of my skin so easily. And then later I had the dye in, and I went and I brushed it and I like messed with it. And with any other hair color I've used, my hands would look like I had just been like rubbing blue chalk or something. And this, I feel like the coconut oil's on my hands, but I do not, there's no color. Color did not rub off onto my skin once it had dried on my hair, and I was really impressed with that. So I'll talk to you guys after I have rinsed it and it has dried, and let you take a look at how the initial results come out. And then I'm gonna give it a couple of washes and we'll talk again, and then this review is gonna go up. And so that's gonna give us kind of a short-term application, brightness, initial fade idea. But for like long-term results, you're just gonna have to watch the vlog, guys. You're gonna have to hang out on the vlog and see how quickly it fades, because I'm not gonna update this video in a month. I'm gonna come back in a week. I ain't gonna come back in a month. Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. Okay, I'm gonna go rinse it. I'm excited. Okay, guys. So I'm checking in on the IroIro hair dye. So I dyed my hair and I haven't washed it yet. It's been a couple of days, but I haven't washed it. I've tossed in some baby powder to keep it from looking really gnarly. If anybody else out there has brightly colored hair, you'll understand this insanity of avoiding washing it for as long as possible after a dye. But I'm really happy with like the multitude of tones I ended up with in my hair. I'm very happy with my hair. I don't know, there's so many different tones of purples and blues, and like oddly enough, up where I had not previously treated my hair, where it wasn't bleached, I've got this really wild like turquoisey color going on, which is fun. I'm really enjoying it. It's exactly what I was hoping it would do, and I'm looking forward to watching how it fades and playing with adding in more purple and more different shades of blue and probably some green, some really like bright lime greens. So there is a hair check-in, guys. And I still have like a good third to half a pack to go in and like add more color and stuff with as it begins to fade. So I'm really, really happy with the IroIro. I'll wash it once or twice before I actually publish this review, So hopefully you guys will get kind of an idea of initial fade as well. But it smelled really good. It left my hair feeling fantastic. The dye process was great. I didn't cream my skin, as I told you guys I wasn't going to, and it came right off of any skin that it did get on, so that was great. The dye was easy to control. It stayed where I put it. I was really, really, really happy with it. I will definitely purchase more IroIro dye in the future. Well, depending, I mean, I haven't had any bleed either. That's what really got me, is there's been zero bleed, and bleed is a huge deal for chicks with wild hair or dudes with wild hair in Washington, anybody with wild hair, people, I mean, with wild hair in Washington, because we get so much rain. And so if you go outside and it's raining and you're wearing a white shirt and you don't wear a hat, you end up with a tie-dyed shirt with the wrong hair dye. So I'm really confident that the IroIro is not going to dye my shirts. It hasn't dyed my pillowcases. That's another big one for people with wild hair. It hasn't dyed my pillowcases, guys. What? Yes. Okay, guys, I stepped out on my porch to give you a look at this because it really looks best in the natural light. This is after that first wash, just one wash, and I did just give it its first heat treatment. I'm really, really happy with it. Keep in mind I wasn't looking for solid all-over coverage, that I did it streaky and patchy on purpose, looking for that galaxy effect in the end. Currently, I feel like I'm looking like iodized metal. I used to sell gauges made out of that, and I loved it. So I just hit it with a fat curling iron to give it some shape, and popped in my favorite vintage box 1947 hair flower here. Woo, if I can learn how to show things on the camera, that'd be great, huh guys? So there is that. And then, okay, so when I first put the IroIro hair dye in, I actually slept with it in my hair, and what I found was that when I brushed it before bed with the hair dye still in it, I didn't get any of it on my fingers. As you can see, maybe, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I do have a light bit of Smurf rub off from the heat from the curling iron this time. So there's the first kind of like transfer of any color. It hasn't been on my pillowcases. I haven't had it like bleed into my clothes, which again is a big deal here in Washington because it rains all the time. And personally, I won't wear splat because splat hair colors bleed from your hair onto your clothes and when it rains. So we can't splat here in Washington. Sorry, splat. Okay, I will check in with you guys probably one more time before I put this all together with some final thoughts, and then I look forward to letting you guys hear how my IroIro journey has gone. Hey guys, it's time for another look at my IroIro hair dye job and some final thoughts on the product for our review. Now, yesterday I did take a shower. I washed it for the second time. Keep in mind, I did add dye to my conditioner, and I did use my conditioner yesterday. So I was adding a little bit of pigment in as I was taking it out. I've got my nifty light set up in here to give you guys kind of some better idea of color instead of the yellow bathroom lights that I usually have in here. I'm really enjoying the different shades of blue and turquoise and purple that are resulting from my uneven processing and dyeing, which again is completely intentional. As unprofessional as it is, it's not a professional dye job. That's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. It looks exactly like what I wanted from my hair. What more can we ask for, right? If we do it ourselves, if we get it out of a box. So I'm really, really happy with the color. It ranges from like a really kind of bright, vibrant blue in places. Like the front of my hair here has some pieces of some really bright vibrantness. And then I do have some like turquoise and green going on because I did have kind of a bad platinum bleach job before I went purple. And the purple had began to fade enough that some of the yellowness that still remained in that bad bleachy dye job I had mixed with the blue to create these kind of turquoises. And then there are still spots that have fairly bright purple going on. And again, exactly what I was hoping for with this. I'm really, really, really happy with the IroIro. I will be probably making a switch. I used to use primarily Manic Panic with an occasional secondary brand. I really like the way the IroIro product applies. I really like the way it smells, and I really like the tones and the color, and the washout has been very minimal. And the elementary schoolers at my daughter's bus stop are complimenting my hair now, and I just feel like the coolest mom in town. So I definitely give IroIro not just a 1 thumb up, but 2 thumbs up. I'll be making a permanent switch to this being my new primary hair color for the time being. Expect to see some purple and green added into this mismatch of galaxy loveliness. Thank you guys for joining me for yet another Hot Topic product review. I have no idea what I'm bringing to you next week. I have to go shopping. So stay tuned and see what I come up with for next week's Hot Topic product review. Thank you for joining me, and don't forget, in order for my channel to thrive, I need for you to subscribe. So hit that subscribe button, give me your support, and help me share my joy with the rest of the world. Thank you guys. Bye.